Hey girls and boys, it's Mr. McAndrew, the math coach. Very excited because this week we're going to be working on doubles. Okay, so um, there's the next video that you're going to do after this one gets really into doubles. Right now we're going to focus on a word problem that uses doubles. So doubles means like two of the same thing, right? Like if I had a double, it would be somebody that looked just like me. Scary, I know, scary. Or like in movies, they have like sometimes famous actors have stunt doubles, which means that instead of the famous actor doing the crazy, scary stunt, their stunt double does it. They look a lot like them, but they're much better at doing stunts. So that's why they're called a stunt double. At any rate, when we're talking about numbers, we're talking about doubling things like 2, right? 2, oh, there's the sun. 2, and then if you double 2, then you add 2 more to it. Okay, if you double 3, then you add 3 more to that. Okay, the opposite of doubling would be like cutting things in half. So if you have like 4 and you cut it in half, then you're down to just 2. Okay, but we're going to focus on doubling. All right, so let's get into our word problem. And today's word problem video will be a little bit longer because I want to review all the different ways that you might solve a word problem. I'm not saying that you should solve a word problem 10 different ways, but I want to show you a variety of things that you could do to solve it. Okay? All right, so let's get this party started, shall we? We shall. Okay, so let's zoom me out of the way. You like how I do that? It's pretty magical, right? Okay, so you should have your Monday word problem. All right, take it out of your packet. And honestly, right now, that's just what you need. This and a pencil or piece of paper, okay? All right, so it says Enzo threw, if you need to get so here's what I want you to do. Pause the video, get your word problem, get a pencil or paper, get a pencil or pen, okay? And get your math bag of manipulatives. It has your rec and rec, it has your cubes, your counters, all your wonderful like math magical bag. So those 3 things, just a pen or a pencil, your word problem, and your manipulatives, okay? Your math bag. All right, so come back when you have that. Just hit the pause button, and I'll see you in a minute. All right, bye-bye. All right, so you ready to go? So I'm going to read the problem to you, and then we'll go from there, okay? So it says, Enzo threw 6 snowballs at Peter. Oh, Enzo starting a snowball fight, I see. Well done. Peter threw 6 snowballs at Enzo. I mean, it only seems fair, right? A snowball for a snowball. How many snowballs did they throw all together? Well, that's a good question. I mean, why not? Let's find out. So it's a doubles problem, right? Because you have 6 snowballs, and then you're going to add 6 more. Okay? So we are going to add, right? Because we want to know how many did they throw all together in total. So there's a variety of ways we could do this. One way is to get out some of your manipulatives, right? Some of your materials, math stuff. So you could use a rec and rec, right? So here's how I would use the rec and rec. I would leave it on, actually, you know what? Let's pause it for a second. Hold on, Mr. McAndrew, I'm getting too excited. I want you to try and solve this word problem first. Okay, you can use a rec and rec. You can use counters, cubes, double 10 frame. You could draw a picture. You could write numbers. However you want to do it, okay, is up to you. But try it out first, and then I'll show you a bunch of ways that you might solve it. In fact, if you can solve it 2 different ways, that would be like the best. Okay, like that'd be like fantastic. It would be like ice cream with jimmies on it. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so you try it right now. Try solving it 2 different ways, and then come back. Okay, so that means you're going to pause the video, stop the video, so I don't keep yammering, and then come back and hit the play button when you're done. Okay, adios. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. All right, so boys and girls, how did it go? Let's get the answer out of the way. Who got the answer of 12? All right, well, that is the answer. The answer is 12. Trust me. It's 12. But let's talk about some of the ways that you might have solved it. Okay, so did anybody use your Reckon Rec? I mean, that's one great way to do it, right? You could say, okay, so Enzo threw 6 snowballs. So I know that's 5, 6, right? So then I could say, all right, so then Peter threw 6 snowballs. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That gets me to 10. I need to add 2 more, 5, 6. Okay, so there's 10 plus 2, that's 12 right there. Okay, so that's using our strategy of using 10, right? We're at 6, and then we're like, okay, well, we're adding 6 more. If we add 4, we get to 10, and then 2 more gets us to 6. So 6 plus 6 more gives us 12. Okay, or you could have done it this way. Enzo threw 6 snowballs. Peter threw 6 snowballs. So there's 6, and there's 6. Right? You can see that in 6, there is a 5, right? The 5 red. Say, oh, well, 5 and 5 makes 10. And then the 2 more whites give me 12. Okay? Could have done it that way. Or you could have just been like, all right, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Bam, there it is. All right, so some ways that we do it take longer, and some ways are more efficient, we say. But wherever you're at right now is fine. Okay? So you could have used the Reckon Rec. You could have also just used your counters, right? You could have said, now these aren't the color of snow, but you could have said, okay, so Peter threw 6 snowballs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And Enzo threw 6 snowballs. I'm going to put these on the yellow side to make it clear who is who. And so if I add those up, I get 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so I still get 12, right? Or, check this out, I could have put these on, wait for it, it's very exciting. I could have put them on your double 10 frame, which I know you have, right? So I could have gone like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, and then I could have gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So like the Reckon Rec, you can see that 6 plus 4 more gets me to 10, and then 2 more get me to 12. So here's the 6 that Enzo threw, snowballs, and here are the 6 that Peter threw. Okay, or you could have done it like this, like we did with the Reckon Rec also, where we did 2 different rows. Okay, so you've got 6 here and 6 here. And again, you can see there's 5 here and 5 here. That's 10, 11, 12. Or you could have just said, okay, I know that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, no matter what, we end up getting 12. Okay, or who did it this way? Did anybody use your double 10 frame with cubes? Right? So, hold on, let me get my cubes out. I got a lot of stuff going on over here, boys and girls. A lot of stuff going on. All right, so you also have 2 different color cubes, connecting cubes, right? So these could have represented, the orange could represent Enzo's snowballs, right? And then the green could represent Peter, or vice versa. So you could have used these as well and seen that you get 12, right? Or you could have placed them like this. And again, you would see you get 6 plus 4 more gives me 10, plus the 2 more gives me 12. Okay? Okay, or there's another way. If you didn't want to take if you didn't need to take out all your math materials, you've got your dry erase marker, right? You could solve it like this. You could say, okay, so I'm going to put a P for Peter. Okay, that's 6 snowballs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then an E for Enzo. So that shows me 12, right? 12 snowballs. That's one way you could have done it, okay? Or you could have just drawn snowballs. Bump, ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. That's 6. Bump, ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. That's 6, and then figured out it was 12. I mean, boys and girls, there's so many ways you could do this, right? Now, you could have not used any of that and still gotten 12. I mean, some of you may have just known it in your head. I still want you to represent what you did on paper, but you may have known just on your head. So if you use the Rec and Rec, then you would circle that. If you used counters, circle that. If you use cubes, circle that. If you use double 10 frame, circle that. I'm using all of it, so I'm circling it all. You could have also just drawn a picture, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So here's 6 that Peter did. Here's 6 that Enzo did. And if I count those up, I get 12. Okay? You could have drawn it like a 10 frame. You could have gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You could have done that. All right? You might have done something like this. You could have gone, all right, Enzo, E is for Enzo, that's 6. P is for Peter, that's 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. Right? There's no drawing, really. It's just more knowing that 6 and plus 6 is 12. Okay? But that is representing your thinking. All right? And then you could represent it here. You could say, all right, so that's 6 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that does equal 12. There's so many ways that you could do this, boys and girls. Okay? And there's one final way that we're going to discuss. Did anybody use the number path? Yeah, this is an awesome tool. Okay? So, there's one right on here for you. You could start at 6. That's how many snowballs Enzo threw. And then we could go up 6 more to see the total. So we could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I end on 12. Okay? Or we could have said, all right, if I'm adding 6, if I jump 4 to get to 10, and then 2 more, because 4 and 2 make 6, then I get to 12. Okay, so it's even another way you could do it. And if you don't have this wonderful little number path here for you, then you could always draw your own. You could always go like, draw a little arrow. Say, okay, well, if that's 0, and let's just say that's 6, if I have to add on 6, I could go, I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? Or, and this will be the last thing I do, I promise. I know this is a long video for one word problem. My goodness gracious. We are just crushing this thing to death. Okay, you could say, all right, I'm at 6. I'm going to jump 4. All right, I'm going to add 4. Now I know I'm at 10. And now I'm going to add 2 more because I have to add 6, not just 4. And now I end up at 12. Because I know that 6 plus 4 is 10. Right? And I know that 10 plus 2 is 12. So I can break up 6 into 4 and 2. And there you go. All right, boys and girls. So I'm not going to do this long of a video for each word problem this week. Phew, thank goodness, right? But I want to remind you there's so many ways that you can solve a problem, right? You can draw pictures, use your brain, do mental math. You've got cubes and counters and funny named things called Rec and Recs that are really cool, and double 10 frames. I mean, it's just incredible. That's all I have to say. All right. Enjoy the next video. Okay, do a good job. All right. And, double your fun today because you get 2 videos. Get it? Double your fun. 2. All right. Take care, boys and girls. Be good, be kind, be safe, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.